An Dagda Dagda be with you. This is Jess from Jess Bear Chats. Hope you're all doing well. I am doing much better. Thank you everyone who responded and asked about how I was doing when the sadness was upon me in the last video. And I have to say things are looking a lot better. I'm feeling a lot better, and I appreciate everyone's compassion and um, sharing their feelings and their support for me, and I just really appreciate it. So I do get in those slumps. It's a fairly normal part of who I am and what I have to expect some days, but for the most part, I am the person you see before you, if maybe not as tired as I'm feeling. Anyway, so with the thank yous out of the way, I wanted to kind of go into what I've been thinking about in doing this series. So, a quick aside, I did start doing this series based on a gentle prod by teacher Lora O'Brien, who is also starting some classes, I think, at least a new website about spiritual entrepreneurship. And so their suggestion to me was to try making videos for 7 days and see how I like it. Well, I made 7 videos, and I made a few more than that too. And I wrote about it and I thought about it, and I like what I'm doing, but I feel like I definitely need to start um, upping the quality of the content as well as just showing up. So I am considering future topics. I'm also considering making it so that I'm only doing 2 videos a week instead of the 3, just so I have a little more time to prep videos and to actually maybe do a little bit of research beforehand and to make them a little more of a polished product for you. And so that's where that's at. As for future episodes, like say next Friday, um, I'm hoping to do uh, basically start focusing on Dagda, the Dagda, the good God, um, the Dagda, the God that I am dedicated to, and that I recently upped a contract with. And I actually got a question from Jessica Slagle, who, hi Jessica, thank you for. I know you're working on a project, and I don't want to give it away, but we got into talking about what would the Dogda represent if he was a tarot card. I do a little bit of reading on the side. My husband, if he was awake, he would probably be also saying, and he does readings really well. So, um, I might be doing more of that in the future as well. But the point being, I'd like to do a little more research and kind of fill out my idea of where the Dogda would fit in a new, not new, the modern concepts of tarot. But I can tell you right now that I have some very strong leanings of him in the Strength card, and I might go into it at a later date. But if you just wanted the short answer, definitely the Strength card, possibly the Sun card. Although I really think Lou would be a better representation um, in the Irish pantheon for the Sun. Um, but Dagda would totally fill that card very well. So, anyway, so I'm fleshing out some ideas, if you can't tell. I'm also been reading more and writing more, and I am thinking of taking what I know of An Dagda's names, or his epithets, which currently take up a whole page of a very big notebook, and maybe going through them and discussing them, where they come from, and maybe how those epithets kind of fit into my understanding and my working with him. So that's something, just this is kind of a teaser video, I guess, of what is coming up. And I'm also very open to suggestions, and if you do have suggestions, you are more than welcome to provide them in the comment section below. You can also email me at jessbearchats@gmail.com. And yeah, what stuff about being a person who is trying to learn about Irish myths or to practice Irish paganism as someone who falls in the American diaspora. Um, you know, if you feel like you fall in that category and you would like to hear my thoughts on that, please give me a ring. Um, and yeah, so that's it for now. Um, hopefully we'll be having some more concrete videos coming up at the end of the week. Actually, so one more thing. I'm as I'm considering my options of what I'm doing with videos and how I can get people to find out more about them, I'm also playing with different places of where I should be posting these videos, particularly in asking for people to support this work that I feel I'm being called to do. Currently, I'm on uh, Coffee or Kofi, and that's been going actually rather well. Thank you, by the way, Michelle and Erika and Liv and Ben, who've already bought me cups of coffee, which has been a real um, kind of a mind-blowing experience that people seem to be liking what I'm doing and are willing to show that appreciation in little tips. So I'm enjoying and learning that platform. I'm also looking at Patreon, um, still kind of figuring those things out. So I'll let you know when I know. So there you have it. That's it for right now. Not a whole lot of great big content, and I kind of feel like I should give you something. So I will tell you, if you check out a little earlier, I posted a video of me doing some grilling out in my yard today, or my apartment complex, and I am not a great cooker of the outdoors, right? I'm very comfortable in the kitchen. My hearth fire is inside the home, and that's where my strengths lie. But it was such a nice day, and I had all of this chicken that I needed to cook. So I thought, why not? I should try and do it outdoors. Well, it turns out that having absolutely no experience with really how to build a fire, even with um, easy, light charcoal, turns out it is a complicated thing. But I have learned that if you ask very nicely and you only take what's been dropped and given, a an oak tree can be a great source of little sticks and twigs and dried leaves that can start as a quick little starter for your outdoor cooking. So when I did that, I got the fire going almost no problem, and I was able to spend several days. I am tired. Several hours outside today, just playing with the fire and enjoying the space with An Dagda and the big oak and the birds and and getting to write and read, and it's been a real joy. It's actually been a real gift. Um, so so yeah, I feel especially so when I don't feel like sometimes I kind of despair about if I'll ever be able to do the pilgrimage to Ireland, which I hope to do one day. Um, by the way, thank you, Coral and Alan, who are also been super supportive and have given me tips and tricks on how to maybe make the Ireland pilgrimage happen faster. Um, but sometimes I despair, and sometimes I feel like I'm never going to see it, and I'm never going to make it happen. But when I am cooking for myself and for others, when it's over a fire, when I'm meditating on that fire and surrounded by the nature that is available to me, and I get to revel in the gifts that are around me, the roof over my head, the clothes on my back, the food in my cupboards, and know that it comes from the work that I have been doing. And with the help of the Tuatha De Danann, as well as An Dagda. And that has been a wonderful, serene making moment. So, what have you been doing that helps you connect with your gods, with the myths, and with the idea of even though we are quite far from the island of the gods that we worship, for those of you in the Irish pantheon, and or who worship those who are in the Irish pantheon, or any of gods that are on other continents that's you feel most connected to. How do you connect with them? How do you find um, that that space that makes you feel close when you feel like you're literally half a world away? I'd love to hear about it. Please put it in the comments. Please send me an email. I would love, love, love to share what you have to share. And yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe this video if you enjoyed what you see. You can also leave me a little tip in the tip jar over at coffee.com/dogdabear. And until the next video, I hope you stay safe, well, and well fed.